Hi, my name's Sandra Crathern. I am a life coach specialising in health and well-being. Oh, can anxiety and worry give people ongoing health problems? Yes, it can. And even making this video made me be a bit like this. My husband often says, you want to lose those, Sandra, they're not attractive. They've actually diagnosed anxiety now, or in the 80s they diagnosed generalised anxiety disorder. They've actually got labels for it. So many people have anxiety and worry and stress. Do you know what my husband's solution for it? You wouldn't believe it. It's watching funny films. That's what he does. Now, I'm not saying that's a solution for everyone, but when I'm feeling anxious and feeling down and feeling stressed, I have to somehow lift my own spirit in some way. And that's easier said than done. But if I'm talking about it today, you will warm to me more if I'm smiling when I'm talking about this than if I'm very, very intense and talking about it. So find something that works for you that helps lift your anxiety. And you'll find that that's a whole lot better than sitting in that. Even smiling, I think there's research to say if we just smile, we do feel better. Oh, where does anxiety come from? Well, in me, it sort of feels like it comes from in here, but I think a lot of mine came from my mother. My mum was quite a stressy person, and I think some people's anxiety comes from learned behaviour as children. Maybe their father was a worrier and maybe their mother was anxious, I don't know. But I do think as life goes on and more pressures go on people, anxiety builds up. You know, it can be really, really stuck in us, and some people have that negative feeling like almost every day when they wake up. So anxiety is definitely real, and it's definitely something that can either come from learned behaviour or it's built up through the stresses and the strains of each day. I don't like the word combat. I think that's sort of like fighting against. I don't want to fight against. Cortisol is released when we're anxious and we're stressed, and that's the natural body's alarm system. It's telling us, pay attention, you need to do something. So I use the 3 A's, which I think are magical. If I had a magic wand, I'd wave it now. And that's first and foremost, acknowledge that that's how you feel. So I am feeling anxious. You know, I was a little bit worried today about doing all this. There's an anxiety there. So I have acknowledged it. Then I accept it. I may not like it, but I've accepted it is there. Oh my goodness, I'm feeling a bit anxious. And the golden one of all is action. What are you going to do about it? What choice have you got? What could you do? Well, I think the first and foremost, breathe. Take a really lovely breath, and that will be one little action towards your anxiety. There's many things that you could do with anxiety. Talk to somebody, get some coaching, for example. You could go and listen to some funny films or go for a walk or do some movement. Movement's supposed to be great for helping with anxiety, or get some really bigger support if you need to go to your GP. But you can do something about it. Hope is not all lost. So I hope that's of value for you this month.